the madhouse, Batman! I set a trap, and you sprang it gloriously!
Turn around, walk away, blow town. That would have been the smart thing to do. Guess I wasn't that smart.
I have brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my new empire.
Hello, Dexter Morgan.
Because I was inverted.
Wilson.
And here we go.
Welcome back to the Cardy Cut, the show where we take a step beyond the content and get to know our favourite creators just that little bit better. I'm your host, Charles Cardy, and today we have a very special guest, a man whose content is responsible for me being sat here right now, and a legend of the YouTube game. Ladies and gentlemen, that boy Aqua. How are you doing?
I am doing fine. Thank you for such a flattering introduction.
No, that's all right. Did the intro go well?
It did.
No.
I did. After the initial flub,
yeah,
you nailed it once you got the first word out.
Well, I did that. We're gonna keep that all in, by the way. The whole flub and everything. That's staying in.
That's fine. I think it adds a little personality.
Yeah, it adds authenticity. I don't want to come across like a robot. Someone did accuse me once of making AI videos. Like, have you seen my videos? There is no way. There is no way AI could replicate such crap. Anyway,
I've actually stopped offering my voice to like friends for narration in their videos because every time I do it, they get accused of using an AI voice. Because I guess I just sound like such a generic man.
Monotone. Yeah. Hi there. No, you don't sound like a robot. Don't let anyone tell you sound like a robot.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, no.
Half the time I'm fucking yelling, but whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Robot AI can't yell, and if it did, it would sound dumb. I know that I was in a live stream and some guy was like, "Oh my god, Charles Cardy," and I was like, "Hi," and he's like, "Do you use AI to make your videos?" I'm like, "Have you watched Have you watched one of my videos? Have you seen the Lego Batman serial killer? How would an AI put that together?" And I think he was joking. I hope he was joking. I was a little bit offended. I was like, "Wow, thanks, buddy."
I'm gonna be honest. I think a lot of it comes from people who don't. Sorry, I just got a message saying, Nolan, you just missed the next Arkham game announcement at Gamescom. Is that shit real? Can I?
Wait, sorry. Hold on. What?
Stop the recording.
Stop. No, we're gonna keep. Nah, surely not.
If he's
oh my god, it's Lego! It's Lego Batman! It's Lego
no
Batman!
Fucking way!
Yes! Live from the studio, Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight announcement. Oh. Yes!
We were just talking about that.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
We were literally why have they not made another Lego Batman game?
We made it. Ladies and gentlemen, we made it.
Holy shit.
That's, wow. That's huge. That is huge. Wow, that's what an opening.
Damn. Sorry. Anyways, as I was saying, I think the people that that make those AI accusations or questions, I don't think they actually use AI. I think they just see the other things that AI are sort of doing on the internet, and a lot of that is heavily curated. And so I think their perception of what AI can actually do is a bit warped. If you were to take any of our videos and ask AI to make it, it would be significantly different. And
yeah, it'd be smoother. It'd look. I know this is gonna sound stupid. It would look AI generated.
Well, I just mean even like the script writing process.
Yeah, that's true.
Because AI has their own. AI follows all the rules. They don't break any rules.
Yeah, there's no like improvisation. It's just like cookie
like
cutter,
I mean, when it comes to like my writing, like I always do run-on sentences, and I'm guilty of that, but I don't give a shit. AI, they're not going to do that. They're going to follow all the rules, and I tried to create a AI generated video a year or 2 years ago. Or just a script, and I did it because I was like, man, is my job cooked? No, it's not, bro.
Yeah, it's not.
We're
it's
fine.
not.
For now.
Everything's gonna be fine. You can always tell as well. Like, I don't know if you've seen it. A guy made a video talking about like how you can tell someone's had AI write their stuff, and when you notice it, it's really hard to unnotice. Like there was a guy I used to watch pretty frequently. He started using AI to write his script, and it wasn't like really obvious at first, but then like the sentence structures would be so unnatural. They'd be like, "This thing isn't just this, it's this," and it's like no one talks like that. Like that's not no one talks like that. Like or I can't remember what the other like really easy tell was. But it was something where when you notice it, it's like, okay, yeah, buddy, like it's time to wrap it up. Like, write your own scripts.
I think the problem we're gonna run into later on, and not to get immediately dystopian
No,
on the
no.
pod, but so many kids nowadays are using AI and relying on AI and consuming AI content without any regard for, you know, artistic integrity and stuff like that, because some of them have grown up in the last like 3 years where AI has boomed, and they don't really give a shit.
Yeah,
because
true.
It's like,
true.
You present art to one of us who've grown up with you know, authentic art their whole lives, and you show us AI generated art, and we're gonna say, okay, that looks like shit and it doesn't have any soul or humanity behind it. But you show that to a kid, they're going to be like, oh yeah, that's like, to them, it's picture is a picture. And so
yeah, there's nothing behind
the AI
it.
writing style is going to impact the way kids learn how to write. And then I think kids are going to grow up writing like AI. And so it's going to be even harder to discern where the line is between AI writing and human writing. Because if all these kids are growing up learning writing from AI, because you know they Google something, the first thing they see is an AI generated response.
Yeah,
a lot of kids
like
are
Google,
using
yeah,
ChatGPT as a search engine, and a lot of people are consuming AI content. So it's like a lot of their experience with English online, and I can't speak for other languages, but for English is going to be from these language learning models.
Yeah, I think that's I never thought of that actually. That like kids sort of, I don't know, like formative years of learning how to read and write is now going to be very heavily influenced by AI, to the point where you'll have kids doing like you'll have kids talking like ChatGPT or like writing like it, and yeah, that's actually quite scary. Like that's
And the scary part is that
that's scary.
because it's going to blur the line, it's going to make AI like way easier to integrate into everything. It's already easy because we can't really put up a fight against it. But when it comes to the art world, there's a lot of people making a stand saying, "Oh, we're not going to consume AI content." Well, the goal isn't for you to consume stuff you know is AI. The goal is for you to consume stuff you don't know is AI.
Yeah,
and,
true.
and that's where it gets fucked. In short, we're fucked. And
It's over.
Yeah, it's so Jover.
It's so Jova. Wrap it up, guys.
And this is why I'm never having kids.
Yeah, no, like, I'm not having kids tell me in short terms how bad of a father I am, because I won't let them inhale AI content. It's a true it's scary, but no one's ever going to be able to replicate real YouTube videos, right? No one's. I hope no one does that. That'd be really depressing. It will happen one day. Hopefully,
That's
when we're
the other,
both
like,
long
shitty
gone.
part about AI is that so much of the development of it is being pushed towards replacing entertainment and creative fields.
Yeah, that is a little bit scary.
Because like the AI that's like, you know, in hospitals and shit like that are helping for diagnoses and shit. That's awesome. Yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. That's good.
Put those fucking clankers to work.
Put those B1 battle droids. That's what they are.
It's like I don't want to see AI replacing the creative fields because, well, I guess I'm a little biased because that's where my income is, and it is for you too. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it sucks the fun out of it.
Yeah, I feel like art, like even like, I get, yeah, videos are an art form, aren't they? I suppose in a way, it's like if you take the human side out of that, there's no point to it. Like there's no. Like those, like what are those? Have you ever seen those like AI generated cat videos, like where the cats have like a family and they'll just start like, like it's so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that is genuinely bottom of the barrel content. Like there is, I have never met anyone go, God, yeah, I'm so excited for the new AI generated cat video to come out. Like it's just,
Yeah.
it's like soulless, right? There's no that video was made in like 4 minutes, right? And it'll get more views than a video that took an actual person like, I don't know, 3-4 weeks to make. And that's kind of my issue with it. I'm just like, it's just so soulless. Like there's no, it's so cookie cutter, and I guess that's the point. Like I guess it is, because the majority of those videos are made by people who are just kind of like abusing the system or whatever. But yeah, it's an interesting topic. I didn't expect to start off so heavy. That's no, it's good. It's a good thing. But hey,
and you know what? Final point. I think the humanity of, you know, human generated art, I'll say, is even if it's bad, I do find it fascinating. Like I find myself intrigued by, especially when it comes to games like shit games. You know what I mean? Like, this is something I made a Suicide Squad video that sort of discussed my thought process about the game. It was not really a review, but it was more of like a, I really wanted to hold out hope for this game. And I think a lot of people interpreted me as liking the game, because I said near the end, I was like, you know what, I think there's a part of me that's kind of happy it exists.
Yeah.
And it's because a product like this, even if that product is utter dog shit, aside from the movement, which I'll give it that.
Yeah, the movement in that game is remarkably good considering the rest of it is like, just dog
It's
water.
like, what fucking game did you come from?
Yeah, like what is this?
You don't belong here. But like I'm kind of grateful that we get to experience like something that almost universally bad, you know?
Yeah, it kind of, yeah, it gives it character.
For better or worse, there is no other game like Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that's very and thankfully true.
And like, yeah, that doesn't mean I'm gonna like ever play it again.
But yeah,
it's one of those unique experiences because I can't remember the last time there was, because you gotta remember, like, Rocksteady at the time, their last 4 games were the dopest fucking superhero games of all time, or of up to that point. And so it's like, for their next game to be that bad is it's incredible.
AI
It's
couldn't
such a
do
unique
that.
thing.
Yeah, AI would
exactly. AI wouldn't do that.
No, it would just make if AI could make games at the level of the Arkham series repeatedly over and over again, it would. AI wouldn't intentionally go and make something as downright, what, I can't even think of a word, a Suicide Squad. It wouldn't. It would, you know, it's not how it works.
Yeah, and I think it's like the Suicide Squad is such a weird reflection of like current day human experience. It's a reflection of current day games industry. It's a reflection of capitalism and this push to always be driving revenue up at the sacrifice of IPs that have garnered so much trust from consumers. And it's like, even if it's not good, I'm kind of like, you know what, I'm glad I was here for it. I'm glad I was here for the train wreck, because I fucking saw it.
I saw it happen with my own eyes.
Yeah.
I spent £100 on that game, by the way, when it came out.
I spent 130 Canadian on that, which
Ouch.
I don't. Okay, £100 is like a lot more. That's so fucked. I'm so sorry. But, like,
yeah, it was a rough time.
I really, and I played every single update.
Did you?
Game, yeah,
Lord
the
above.
fairest fucking shake I could, because when the game first came out, I was coping. I was like, don't worry, guys, this live service, Season 1's going to be great. And then Season 1 came out, and I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, this sucks.
And then I was like, okay, maybe Season 2? No. And then, like, when Season 3 came out, I fell into a depressive episode where I'm like, oh my god, we're actually, like, so fucked here.
This game's not making it past Season 7 or whatever it got to.
And then it just kind of became funny, and it was like, wow. Because I guess, I don't know, there's just a small part of me that was like, maybe one day it's gonna click, and one day it's gonna they're gonna figure it out, you know.
And it just never came.
You see
Never
that
came.
like often enough. Like even a game that I just finished a video on that hasn't been posted on Dying Light 2. It's like Dying Light 2 I really didn't like when it first came out, but after like 3 years they've listened to so much fan feedback that it's a different game now, and it's a great game now.
I've never played. My brother got really into Dying Light 2, and he was like, "Oh, you should play it. You should play it." And I was like, "No." So when it came out, I was like, "This kind of blows a little bit." But if it's, I don't know, if it's like almost a new game entirely, that many years on, it might actually be worth having a look at. I might add that to the catalog.
They've just addressed so many player concerns. I think Techland is one of the most underrated developers right now.
What do they actually listen to complaints?
Yeah, so like some of the major criticisms of Dying Light 2 when it came out was that the parkour was too floaty, the nighttime wasn't scary enough, and the story sucked. There's not much you can do about the story, but they did add a few cutscenes to
try and like add more substance or
flesh it out a bit more. They've added a thing so you can skip the prologue of the game on repeat playthroughs, because the prologue is like an hour long.
Good. What more games need to do that?
Yeah, they've added a completely different physics system for parkour that you can toggle, that makes it like heavier basically. And they've made the nighttime darker and scarier. And if you really want it to be even darker, they've added a setting to have even darker nights.
Even darker? Is that actually what the setting says?
The setting's called Darker Nights.
Oh, right.
Because the vanilla nighttime was like just like a dark blue, but now it's fucking black. Like you can't see shit. And yeah, they've just made changes like that have honestly like saved the game for me, because I really couldn't stand the parkour, and now the parkour is so much fun, to the point that if I want to play a parkour game, I'm loading up Dying Light 2 as opposed to Dying Light 1.
Right, okay. That's nice to hear then, that there's actually a developer out there who goes, okay, yeah, our game kind of maybe a little bit sucked, we'll make it better. I suppose it's like a Cyberpunk, because God, when that came out, that was... Yeah,
I mean, I think it's kind of like that, but I also think that Cyberpunk needed to fix itself.
Cyberpunk needed
like to fix itself, you know?
Another like 2 years in the oven before it even saw the light of day. And yeah, I guess,
Dying Light 2 is a perfectly acceptable game when it came out. I think it was just a lot of people who were disappointed in it, and I just love the idea that they were like, okay, yeah, we'll do what we can.
Especially because the first one was really good. It still holds up to a degree.
Love the first one.
I always I like drop kicking zombies off buildings. There's just something so caveman about it. Like something like neuron activation. Like I drop kick a zombie off a building, it dies. I go yippee, and then I repeat the cycle until I'm bored, and I never get bored of it because it's just fun. What shoe size are you?
11.5.
Good to know. Right.
Say about big shoes.
Got him. No, I wanted to know, like, 'cause obviously we've kind of spoken about this before on Discord and whatever. I kind of wanted to ask what got you into content creation in the first place, because obviously it's one of those things. I said this in like the first episode. I've spoke to a lot of different people since I started doing YouTube in August of last year. Fairly recently, like this has all kind of happened all at once. I've spoken to a lot of people, and everyone kind of has like a different road into it. Like I went and did it at college. Other people have just like gone, oh yeah, YouTube's cool, I'll try it out. So how did you like first think, yeah, this YouTube thing's kind of cool, like I'll do this? So
when I was young, I don't remember how fucking old. I think I was 10.
Right.
No, I think I was 11 or 12. And when I was 11, I got this really unique opportunity at this public school that I went to, where we were able to use laptops, and there was like a laptop class basically.
Right, okay.
And on that laptop, I didn't really use it for anything because it had all the school restrictions and whatnot, but I was able to watch YouTube, and I came across this this YouTube video called Survival Island #1 by the Yogscast.
Right,
And I was
okay.
like, what's that all about? And it's like this Minecraft challenge run that they were doing. And I fucking fell in love. I was like, oh my god.
This is it.
I want to do this forever. And so I figured out the password for the administration lock on the computer, downloaded Minecraft, Fraps, and started recording Let's Plays on a shitty school laptop.
Right, no, that's interesting, right. Okay.
And I've literally been obsessed with YouTube and just making videos since then. And I really, it's gotten to a point where it's hard to remember like what the fuck I did with my time before YouTube.
Probably just like sat around, stared at
Yeah.
walls, that sort of stuff.
Played some video games maybe.
Yeah.
Like went outside, I guess.
What? No, come on, don't. Come on, I'm gonna have
Lame.
to censored. That boy Aqua cancelled in podcast appearance. No, you shouldn't go outside. It's an evil and cruel world. That's interesting though, because I kind of like looking back on it, I was like, oh yeah, no, I used to like make like Minecraft stop motion animations and stuff, which I found one the other day, and it's exactly what you'd expect a stop motion film from an 8-year-old to look like. Let's just say they took precisely 2 frames to do everything. Very, very intricate. Like, what was the video that you uploaded that made you go, or maybe not the exact video, but around the time period where you were like, yeah, this is kind of what I want to do as a job and make something of this?
Basically, like from like 12 or 13, I was like, I definitely want to do this as a job, because that's when I started looking into like, oh, you can actually like make money from YouTube.
Right, so it was like a pretty instant thing then, from like discovering that was something you're into and then wanting to turn it into a job.
Yeah, like it was one of those like, I swear, from the moment I made that first video of me killing the Ender Dragon in creative mode, I was like, oh my god, I want to do this for the rest of my life.
That's good. That's very good. That is nice to know. Because, like, say, obviously, I did a policing course before this, which, yeah, whatever. That went well. And so
No,
this
I went
was
to school as well.
Oh yeah, no, school. School's bad. No, obviously, and then I went into like the kind of media side of it and whatever. So it's kind of interesting to know that it was like that early on, because obviously YouTube, when I could be wrong about this, but YouTube when it first came out wasn't like a very, or not when it first came out, but you know, when people were starting to upload to it and it kind of like got traction, wasn't like a huge job making thing. It was a very sort of rare thing. So that's interesting that you kind of fell into that straight away.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, like I was 12, so I didn't really understand how anything worked, but
Yeah, that's fair.
the first like when monetization first came out, it was like the top like 0.1% of channels that were getting that.
Right, okay.
But then especially like once I got to like 16, it was like monetization was a pretty achievable thing. And even like nowadays, getting monetized on YouTube is so like relatively speaking doable.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Uploading and putting yourself out there is difficult, and making videos that the algorithm likes is totally hard. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, just go get monetized. It's so easy. But like,
just go make money. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm saying that like the actual requirements to get monetized, because like back in the day they had to like individually review your channel, or you need to join a network, which is, I'm so glad networks don't exist anymore.
Machinima. I remember Machinima. They were.
Yeah, like Machinima or like fucking Awesomeness TV or
Yeah.
some bullshit. But nowadays, like if you want to start making your own money off YouTube, they lay out their requirements. You need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, or I think it's 2 million shorts views in the last 90 days, and it's that simple. And so I think it's great that these days it's very achievable.
Yeah, especially so I started in say like August of last year, and by mid-December I was monetized, which I was like, wow, that's cool. But like I'd imagine when it first started, it was a little bit of more of a slog. But yeah, I think YouTube's one of those things where, in a certain aspect, it's okay. Is it? No, it's kind of a luck of the draw almost, in that your videos can be good, but if the algorithm doesn't pick them up, then it's like you are dead in the water, which is a bit of a shame because I imagine there's a lot of people out there who make really good stuff that just never sees the light of day. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a weird one. YouTube's weird.
I think I used to hold that opinion too, that like there's a lot of luck involved, and I think there is still luck involved in the sense that people are lucky in terms that they have access to a computer that's good enough to make videos and stuff like that, and they're lucky that they live in a place with good internet that they can upload their videos or potentially live stream and stuff like that. But when it comes to like the algorithm picking something up or not, I feel like 90% of the time there's a reason, and this is only coming from just like experience. But you know, whenever I make a video on something and it doesn't perform well, I like looking at the analytics to figure out why, because if a video's good, it's gonna get pushed, and if people want to watch something on that, it's gonna get pushed. And so I've made many flops over the years, and actually, if I'm being honest, like this year has not been fucking awesome for my channel because I keep putting out like videos that the algorithm necessarily like doesn't want to see. And yeah, so I think I've stopped subscribing to the idea that like you put out a video and then it's up to the algorithm to figure it out. Like I think there's a lot that we can do to make it more algorithm friendly, or do something to make the to give the video a better chance of performing. But yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. I think because I started with like, and this is just speaking from personal experience, I obviously started with Arkham stuff. Like I did like a couple of Red Dead 2 videos and then moved into like Arkham and whatever. And about in January, so not like too long ago, I uploaded this really I was so proud of it, right? It's a video on the Max Payne trilogy. I was like, this video, this is the one. And it got genuinely 20 views in 3 days. I was like, oh, that isn't the one. So I think there's an element of going outside of the niche that you're in, or you know, going against, because obviously I built like a subscriber base off Batman videos, right? So then I upload this Max Payne video, and I got one of the comments being like, "What's Max Payne?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense." So it's an interesting thing, and looking at the analytics as well, I imagine it's different for everyone, but you can kind of see, obviously with the impressions, how YouTube have pushed the video, and in those early sort of like few hours when the video's up even, I feel like that's quite an important couple of hours for YouTube to decide whether that's worth pushing. Because you see a lot of people like, why has my channel got no subscribers? Then you look at the videos and you're like, oh, don't want to come across like a dick here, but you know, you've just spent the last 5 minutes screaming racial slurs into the mic. I can kind of see why YouTube don't like that.
So this is the other thing that I don't like about blaming the algorithm, because ultimately the algorithm is influenced by what people want to watch. And unfortunately, what I want to make doesn't align with what people want to watch. And I've been there too. I made a video about an Elden Ring co-op mod, and it literally got like 4,000 views. And that's kind of embarrassing for a channel with like 270 odd thousand subscribers. But like, that's an L I have to take on the chin, because at the end of the day, it's like, I have never covered a Souls game. I operate in like the open world third person slop genre. Elden Ring doesn't genre. Really fall into that.
Yeah.
And so like and the video was packaged poorly, and I think it was delivered poorly, but we don't need to get into the weeds on that. But I think for small budding YouTubers, the idea that they can just blame the algorithm prevents actual growth, because instead of looking at the albeit limited analytics that you have, and instead of looking at how can I improve my videos, they're saying, well, my videos are good enough, but the algorithm isn't picking it up, that damn algorithm. And it's like, no, like don't get me wrong, there are some channels that I watch and I am like, fuck me, where are your views? Like you deserve more definitely. Views. But it always happens eventually. A good channel will always eventually take off. The channels that have gone 2 years of consistently uploading and have seen no progress, when you sit there and you say this is the algorithm's fault, no, bro, you gotta like take a look inwards. And it's advice that people hate hearing because nobody wants to have that criticism. And I'm the same way. You know, I have YouTuber friends that I will talk to when one of my videos performs bad, and sometimes I'm like, look, I don't want advice. I just want to rant and say
I just want to like bitch about it. Yeah, no, I get that 100%.
I just want to bitch about it. Sometimes I want the advice. Other times, I'm like, no, I just want to be annoyed about it, and that's
just let me be
fine.
upset. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think blaming the algorithm and pretending like this is the other thing. Last thing, a lot of small YouTubers, because I frequent subreddits like r/NewTubers and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah, they're really interesting.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, the algorithm just wants to keep us at the bottom, and they just want to keep supporting their top creators. Are you high?
There would be no top creators if they just didn't promote anyone, right?
Okay, so here's the thing: if YouTube was truly a business-minded company that purely focused on maximizing profits, they would absolutely support smaller creators because a lot of them aren't monetized. And when it comes to the United States and Canada, I believe Canada as well, videos automatically have ads. If you are not in the partner program, your videos still have ads. The only difference is you don't get your cut of the ads and you don't get a chance to dictate where those ads go. So if YouTube really wanted to be business-minded, they would artificially promote videos from new channels that are going to make a ton of money and then delay their entrance into the partner program, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
The reason they're not doing that is because they don't control the fucking algorithm. The algorithm is controlled by what people want to watch. The reason why Mr. Beast is at the top of YouTube all the time is because of 11-year-olds. Like, and they see video and they watch video. It's as simple as it is. It's not that there's this fucking conspiracy to keep people.
They're out to get you. They're out to get you. All of the YouTube people. Yeah, they're in an office going like, you know that channel with like 200 subscribers? Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck him specifically.
Even like this is the other thing too. Is the I guess power creep of YouTube, right?
Right.
A big channel these days has 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Back in the day, a big channel had like 10,000. Like when it was first starting. Channels have hundreds of million subscribers. People always say, they're like, oh, you're a really big YouTuber because I have like over 250,000 subs. I'm like, not a chance. Like, I'm flattered and I'm very grateful for it, but like, nobody knows who the fuck you are. 250,000 subscribers is so niche. And so it's like this idea that, oh, they're protecting their elite. Who's the fucking elite? Not me.
Mr. Beast and I don't know, PewDiePie. That's the only ones I care about.
Like as if fucking me, Gotham Paladin, and Clown Puncher are all sitting at the fucking YouTube offices. Like, yeah. You see that new guy? Don't let him in.
Wait, you're not doing that?
Shockingly enough, no.
Wait, that's the only reason I wanted you on here, just to try and get into the club. What?
Yeah, I had this golden ticket with your name on it, but you know what? I'm ripping it up right now.
No! Fuck! Well, fucking hell. Right, okay, we're ending the podcast. Thanks for listening, guys.
Don't blame it on me, it's the algorithm.
It's the algorithm's fault for this conversation.
I just work here.
Exposing you. No. Yeah, YouTube is it's a game that can be played well, and it can also be played badly. So yeah, think about like an RPG, you know? You gotta upgrade your character to do well. And if your character is still crap, the boss YouTube, the elites, the 3 people who sit there and, you know, probably just like stare at the algorithm all day and don't do anything, they're putting you down. Remember that. YouTube uprising next year. Anyway, moving on from the harshness of the YouTube world, what do you do when you're not making videos? Because I always feel like content creation is one of those things. It's the best job ever, right? It's amazing. You can just sit there and, for example, a couple of days ago, I woke up and thought, oh God, no, I have to work. I've got to play Lego Batman. Like, boo-hoo, right? Boo-hoo, I have to play Lego Batman. So what do you do when you're not in that sort of mindset. Are you still playing games? Like, is gaming like a thing outside of your child? I'd assume it is, right?
It is. However, I'm gonna go on a side tangent, but this is gonna make sense.
Go for it.
I my birthday has always been a very important thing for me because when I was a kid, I never got to do what I wanted on my birthday. Like my birthday wasn't really seen as like this important
an event
thing. Yeah. And so when I moved out from my parents' place, I became really dead set on like, I just want to do whatever the fuck I want to do today. And if what I want to do today is sit on the couch and do nothing, then it doesn't matter because it's my birthday. It's the one day where I can do whatever I want. And my wife has been very supportive of that. And basically every birthday is the same. We go to this restaurant called The Keg. I get a steak. We come home and I play video games.
Sounds like a good day to me.
But what I've noticed that I actually keep doing is I keep working on my birthday. And it's not because I'm like, oh God, I really need to get this stuff done. I just end up doing it because that's what I want to do that day. And I think it is such a blessing, and I'm so lucky that I wake up with the mindset of I can do whatever I want today. I don't owe shit to anybody because today is my birthday. And I wake up and say, I want to work on videos.
That's a really good way to think of that. Actually, I'd never thought about it like that.
Like, nothing has ever in my life brought me the same satisfaction, creatively, personally, and just allowed me to get into that flow state of just being completely content with what I am doing and what I'm creating and everything than making videos. Even as shitty as those videos could be at times. It's such a fulfilling experience that I don't really do anything else. I occasionally will take a break to play a different game for maybe an hour or two, but even then I find that I kind of just get bored really easily, and then I go back to doing something
productive,
video related.
Yeah.
So I perhaps that's a boring
answer, that's a good answer, because I'm very much the same in that I find it not hard to take time off. Like, that sounds really weird, hard to take, but yeah, I'm very much the same in that I enjoy the process. Like, I do that when I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have a day off day. I never have I don't have a day off. I'm just like, you just end up doing it, right? It's just there. It's like, it is a very fulfilling process from start to finish.
Yeah, and so I will also say that I do still have to take breaks, because I'm very susceptible to burning myself out. Because, sometimes you're working on a video, and like, I'll be working on like an hour-long video, and I'm finishing up that last 10 minutes, and I'm like, oh, we're so close. Because the fucking high of like finishing a video, looking back on the timeline and realizing you just cooked a 5-star meal is fucking intoxicating. It is. Like, I will stay up till like 6 a.m. cranking out like the last finishing touches. And I do tucker myself out occasionally, where I'm like, when you hit that wall where you're like, man, I want to work on this thing, but like, I just mentally, like, the gears are not moving.
Like, you just kind of get stuck. Like, it's like, I need a break.
Yeah, so like, I'll play other games. I'm really into this game right now called Drop Pockets, which is a billiards roguelike.
Right, okay.
I've been reading a fair bit. I've been reading this book called The Design of Everyday Things, which has completely changed the way I look at, as you would imagine, everyday things. Like, doors are forever changed for me.
Okay. So that's an interesting one.
I don't want to go on the side tangent, but like, yeah.
Please, enlighten me. What? I need to know what has changed about doors.
So the author Don Norman is like, he's telling you about these design principles, and some of the big principles are affordances and signifiers. An affordance is what, based on my perception, does a object afford. For example, if you have a table, if you have a table affords putting things on it. It affords standing on it. You know, it affords flipping it over and using it as cover because you might be John Wick.
Right, okay.
A signifier tells you how a object is to be used. So,
right.
in this case, a signifier for a table might be that if there's cutlery placed on the table when you go to a restaurant, that's a signifier that you're meant to eat on the table.
Ah, okay, right, that makes sense. I get, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's like, if you look at a fork is, it affords the idea that you can stab something with it. You use it to, like, pick something up.
Yeah.
But the signifier would be the prongs on the one end, so you don't stab it with the handle.
Right,
Like the signifier is like, oh, I meant to... And so, you look at things like a door. So a door has the affordance of being pushed or pulled.
Yeah.
And so you can have a signifier such as a sign that says push, sign that says pull, or maybe sometimes you come across a door that just has a rectangle. You know what I mean? And the rectangle kind of signifies push. Or maybe you come across a door that only has a handle, which would signify pull. And just kind of thinking about doors in this very like overcomplicated way. And he was saying, he's like, any door that has a sign that says push or pull is poorly designed, because there is a way to make that door without having something that says push or pull. And so now every time I come across a door, I was going into a gas station the other day, and I looked at the door, and both sides had handles, and one said push and one said pull, and I was like, there's gotta be a better way.
You put a rectangle on one side, that's push, handle on the other side, pull. I get it.
They were glass doors too, and so I was like, okay, there's a signifier because I can see the anchor in the top right corner. That means that I have to push it on this side. And it's just like, it's like shit like that where I'm like, wow. And it's just things I never fucking noticed.
Yeah, that's interesting and also extremely bland in the same breath. That's... I never thought about it like that.
Yeah. I've also read, like, more interesting books. Like, I read this book called Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut.
Right, okay. That sounds a little bit more gruesome than...
It's about, like, World War II, but also this guy who gets, like, abducted by aliens, and he learns, like, a different way to view time.
Right.
And so instead of viewing time as, like, a linear series of events, like, they're all happening at the same moment.
Right,
and,
okay.
Like, imagine they're, like, little bubbles that you can sort of enter into.
Right.
And so it leads to the book being told out of order. And so, like, the linear, like, end of the book is, like, in the middle. But it's written in such a way that it's very satisfying.
Right, I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. That's different.
It's like a really, like, classic book. Like, a lot of people said it was good. And it's quite short, too, which I like. Like, you know, it's not like you're pulling out a fucking textbook or something.
Yeah.
Highly, highly recommend.
That does sound interesting. I might give that a read.
Yeah.
That sounds like something I'd probably go like, that's cool, and then get really confused about. But still, I'll put that on the list.
I also I do a lot of cooking in my free time. I do all the cooking in the house.
Right. Okay. What's your go-to dish then?
My go-to dish is called a Sloppy Joe beef skillet.
Okay. Right. What?
Okay, now that's if I'm cooking for my wife. All right, if I'm cooking for just me, I'm rocking with the UK boys, and I'm microwaving a can of beans and calling it a night.
Can I just have this on record? Beans I am not a fan of beans. I like them in a breakfast. I know that's the only beans breakfast. That's it. So just a can of beans, like proper fallout spoon, just nailing a can of beans.
Yeah. That's
insane.
That's sometimes if I spruce it up, I throw some bacon bits on there.
That's Oriental, I believe is the phrase. Oriental?
I do save those meals for after the wife goes to bed, so that the bean smell on my breath does not get in the way of anything.
Sorry, the beans and bacon and the doors. This is wow. This has taken a turn.
Yeah, maybe this is why YouTube is the only thing that fulfills me. God, I'm so fucking boring.
Hey, aren't we all?
I also build keyboards. That's the other hobby.
Okay, now that's a little bit more interesting than the doors. How do you build a keyboard?
Though. Yeah, because I have like 8 keyboards, and I've spent a lot of money on them. And I got really into the hobby in 2023 because I was making good money back then.
Yeah.
And now I have some expenses coming up that I don't really want to. I'm trying to save my money, so I haven't built a keyboard in like a year, but I do like them. And every time I start a new project, I swap out the keyboard.
That's kind of cool. What what? Sorry, I'm really interested in the keyboards now. What's like not like a step-by-step process, but what's like how do you build a keyboard? What goes into that? Like, I've never really thought about keyboards past like you press letters and letter appear on screen.
So the first thing you do is you pick out a PCB, which is like the thing that makes the keyboard go.
Okay.
Right? Like, think about getting like a motherboard.
Right. Cool.
Then you get a case, which is going to house your keyboard. The case and PCB are important because they have to be both compatible with a certain size. Keyboards come in multiple different sizes. They come in full, or I think it's just called full size, and that's where you have everything, number pad, the works. Right.
Right. They're like the ones you see in offices, like the
Yes.
what I'd call like a normal keyboard.
Yeah, and then you have the TKL, which is the 10 keyless, and it is essentially a full keyboard minus the number pad.
Okay.
And I feel like that's like the standard like gamer keyboard.
Yeah.
Because nobody uses the fucking number pad. Some people are like, oh, I use the number pad when I'm into... No, you don't, okay?
Yeah, no one uses number pad.
Stop lying. Unless you're playing Grand Theft Auto, because they map the helicopter controls to the number pad, which, like, I don't know what fucking drugs
weird.
they were on, but that part doesn't matter. Then you get to 75%, which is my personal favorite, which is basically keyboard, F row, arrow keys, and then 4 like utility keys. So most of the time it's like page up, page down, home, and end.
Basically all the things you need, like the essentials. Yeah.
And then you can get even shorter, and this is the shortest I've ever gone. Is then you can get to 65%, and 65 is just keyboard arrow keys.
Right.
And
okay.
then so no F row or no home, page up. Like, it is literally just like bare essentials, and then you get to 60%, which is just keyboard, no arrow keys.
Right.
Now, because now, so the thing about a very small keyboard is that it can be a bit more efficient to type on, and you can still use those keys. Like, I can still use arrow keys on the 60%. I just have to use I have to press FN, like function, and hit, different things, so I can still access those buttons. And same with like my my favorite is 75%. I can still access buttons like print screen. I just have to hit function P.
Right, so it's like
there's
sort of an optional. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So you still have access to those things. You just don't necessarily have like the direct button.
Yeah.
Some of them, the one I'm using right now has a full aluminum case, and it weighs like fucking 8 pounds. So it feels very executive, and it has a knob to turn up the volume on my computer.
That's fancy. That's very fancy.
The knob is such a fucking waste of money. Like, it's so neat the first day, and then you never touch it. There's actually a light film of dust on top of my knob right now because it's been so long since I've used it. And I understand I'm talking to a UK person. I'm talking about the keyboard, not my penis.
Yeah, no, that did come into my head there for a second, and I quickly banished that. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I like having access to the F keys. That's a big reason why I like the 75%.
Right. So this might sound like a really stupid question.
Yeah.
Mapping the keys, does that I assume that doesn't just happen, does it? Like mapping what letter you want on each thing, that doesn't just appear. You have to do that manually.
No, it appears.
Oh, it just happened. That just
Yeah, because so every keyboard
Right,
is
okay.
mapped the same way. So all you do is you put the switch in and then the keycap. The
Right.
switch is the thing that makes the click. It's the thing that makes the button activate, and then the keycap is just the plastic bit on top that says whatever letter it represents.
Oh, so it just appears. Like, that's just kind of how the...
Yeah.
Oh. I kind of expected it to be like you had to manually, I don't know, put the keys in, put the letters where you wanted them, put the... Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, like you put the switch where you want it.
Yeah.
Like, but it's all pretty standard. There isn't a lot of like thought that goes into it. However, there's also the most time-consuming process, which is lubing.
You have to lube the keyboard up.
Yes. So especially, I don't know if you can hear this. So I'll see if my mic picks it up. But right now I'm using Kale box white switches, which are
Right.
There's two kinds of switches. There's linear and tactile. Tactile is the one that makes it whenever you hit it.
Yeah.
Linear makes no noise or doesn't have a click. The reason you might want linear is that because there's less resistance, it makes it so you can hit keys a bit faster, and they're typically a bit quieter. But I don't know if you can hear.
Yeah, got it.
So if I were to get my linear keyboard,
Sorry, I just imagined you like turning around into a cupboard and you just opened it and there's 100 keyboards fell out at you.
yeah, there's 7 keyboards on a shelf next to my desk. This is what a linear keyboard would sound like.
Oh, so that's a lot more like pronounced, I suppose. Then.
It's a bit deeper, right?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you can get keys that are silent. Like whenever my wife works from home, I have a silent keyboard that I use so that when she's taking work calls, it doesn't show up. I have
These are like-
really, really loud keyboards that I almost never use because I enjoy my friends and I don't want to annoy them.
Right.
And then I have... And the cool thing is that you can do different like keycaps and stuff like that. Like I have one keyboard that's completely like space themed. I have one that's like Persona 5 themed because I really like that game.
Yeah.
I have one that's Animal Crossing themed. I have one that's just white. And then I have one that's like Cherry Blossom themed. There's a lot of really neat combinations you can do. But basically, in order to make your keyboard sound better, you... Okay, I'm sorry. The garbage man has showed up outside my apartment. So you might hear a noise.
That's fine. That's fine. The last episode there was when we were talking that kept mixing a drink and you could just hear the drink being mixed in the background, which is quite funny. I was almost like, God damn it, that's ruined it. I was like, no, that's quite funny. I'm gonna keep that in.
Yeah, when you lube a switch, it basically just makes it smoother and makes it sound better. And then there's things you can put things inside the keyboard case like foam and whatnot to make it sound. The term that people use is thocky.
Thocky.
Because it makes like a very deep sound. It's very thocky, you know.
Right. Okay.
But,
I didn't realize there was so much like I don't know, like work behind a keyboard or like different configurations and whatnot. But again, I'd never really thought about it, so that's quite interesting. I feel like my keyboard now feels a bit shamed. It's just a Mac keyboard. Like, step your game up, you piece of shit.
You know what? I think the thing you're gonna realize is that now getting into keyboards now is much better than it was a few years ago because it kind of had a surge on TikTok, and it meant that there were a lot of companies that were able to mass produce their stuff and then sell it for a bit cheaper, which is great.
Right. Okay. That is helpful.
But there is this thing on keyboards where it's kind of a meme where it's like there is no end game.
They'll just
Like,
keep going. Yeah.
It just means you're never really gonna find the perfect keyboard. And
Right.
what I find interesting is that on my shelf, I have keyboards that I've made on the thinnest budget possible. So for like 60 Canadian.
Right.
I have ones that I've made that cost like $400. Like I wanted one where I had all like the nicest bells and whistles. And the one I'm using right now, which is the one that gets the most use for me, I made for $150. And it doesn't have the most expensive... It has cheap keycaps from Amazon. It doesn't have the most expensive switches. And yet it's my favorite just because it just makes my head tingle.
It is, yeah.
And so I find that part really interesting about keyboards, is that it's like, wow, I really built the most expensive keyboard I could, within reason.
Yeah.
And I never use it.
That's both kind of like upsetting and also kind of cool that you don't need a huge amount of money to build one that you enjoy.
Yeah, there's this one keyboard, the Persona 5 one. I specifically want to do it like on the lowest budget possible, like just for fun.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably my favorite keyboard, because I have the strongest connection to it. I bought the keycaps for like $3 off of AliExpress. I bought like it was like I took a base keyboard for like $30 off Amazon and just like ripped out its fucking guts. And, like,
Start from new.
It's a wired keyboard, so like I got a soldering iron and took off the USB connection on the PCB, and I wired in a detachable USB-C cable. So like now it's detachable and I don't need to always have the wire on it.
You just completely went to town on this keyboard then, just like...
Yeah, and I fucking shaved down a new hole for the cord to come out of.
It's like some sort of like Jurassic World hybrid thing.
Like it's a total fucking Frankenstein. And like... But I love it because like everything that I love about the keyboard is like I did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you built it. You almost built it from the ground up, sort of thing. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, and so I found myself loving that one the most because it's like it's my little baby.
It's your weird Frankenstein AliExpress baby thing. It's
and what I find interesting is that it works way better than anything else. Like the expensive keyboard is so temperamental. I feel like every other month I have to take it apart because there's like something that got fucked up and I need to like reseat a switch on it. That shitty keyboard that I bought for $30 has been a trooper.
It just doesn't give up. It can't.
It doesn't.
Have you got a name for your keyboards? Especially that one. Specifically that one. Oh, you should name that one.
I just call it the Persona keyboard. And you know what? I'm going to switch to it after this episode's done.
I think you should. I feel like it's earned its place back.
Yeah, now that I've really thought about it, it's like, wow.
I really do love that keyboard.
You can also lube your stabilizers that are on the big buttons, like your space bar.
Okay.
Stabilizer is just something that keeps it straight.
Oh, right. So it doesn't...
Okay,
that makes sense.
If you lube that, it just makes a nicer sound. The only downside of like keyboard stuff is maintenance. Like you do have to re-lube your switches, especially if you're using your stuff often. You have to re-lube it like once every like 2 years.
Right, okay. Well, you know what? I feel like I've learned a lot about keyboards.
And doors.
And keyboards, doors,
dude, it's gonna be so good because you're gonna like look at your bedroom door and you're gonna
I'm
be
looking
like,
at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do things with that.
Well, and like you'll notice the cover of the book about the design of everyday things. It has a fucked up coffee kettle on it, and I didn't notice that it was fucked up. And it's because like the handle is on the same side as the spout.
Oh, so it is, yeah, the red one with that's
yeah.
That's right.
I've looked at that cover for like 2 weeks, and then I got to the point in the book where they're like, oh yeah, this kettle is like for masochists.
It's not
and I was
normal,
like,
yeah.
Oh my god, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. You'd have to like pour it onto yourself to get it to work, and that would be really painful and also a little bit uncomfortable. So outside of doors and kettles and keyboards, this is something that I'm particularly interested in for your channel because obviously it's like a variety of different. It's not just like one. Like I make Batman videos, so all the videos are Batman related, but yours is obviously a lot more broad. Has doing videos kind of changed how you view things, like games and films, or is it still just like, this game's good, I like this game?
I would say the games that I cover, I end up finding new ways to appreciate them.
Right, okay.
Because sometimes when I play a game, like, I've been playing Expedition 33. I'm very late to the party on that, but I have been playing it, and I'm not really thinking about it. Like, I'm just playing game, enjoy, head off, like, yeah, story good, music good, me like combat, and I'm not thinking about anything else because it's not like I'm not making it for a video. And so I'm not really looking at the game at a deeper level. And I think it's important to be able to do that with games.
Yes, definitely. I agree.
Having your brain on all the time is exhausting. All right. Sometimes I just want to play a game. Like right now, I'm playing Far Cry New Dawn with a friend, and I like New Dawn. But it's like it's exhausting to always be looking at a game through this like critical lens. So I'm just playing it for fun. Fuck it. Like
Yeah. Oh,
and I think the thing that people miss when it comes to enjoying games for fun is that a lot of people don't know how to turn that critical part of their brain off. And I think it's because they constantly view games as a product and as a inherently deep piece of art. Something that needs to be engaged with critically. And I think many games are enhanced by engaging with them critically. However, I think it's important to learn how to engage with a game as simply a means for fun.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's,
If I want to play Far Cry New Dawn and, we can talk all we want about the story sucks or, the world design is bland or whatever. I'm just not going to focus on that. Like, I'm there to have fun, so I'm going to do, like, the outposts and the things that, like, I think are fun, And it's a dangerous thing to say on the internet because people are going to misconstrue it as like, oh, we shouldn't criticize games or we shouldn't look at games deeply.
Oh,
I'm not saying
trust me, yeah. I've had that a few times. I've been like, no, that's not what I meant. I meant.
I mean that like sometimes it can be good to just like try and have fun with a product.
Yeah.
Like, a game I've been playing a fair bit of is GTA 4.
Yeah.
And I think GTA 4 has some like very glaring flaws, but I'm just not really focusing on them. Or we mentioned before we started Skyrim. Like I think Skyrim is such a horribly designed game in so many ways, so I'm just not engaging with those parts of the game.
Yeah, if it's that glaring and they just don't go near it, it's
Like, my point there is to have fun, and I'm not saying that like play bad games because sometimes a game really is so bad that you cannot engage with it properly. And yeah, but I think playing games for fun and using them as a catalyst for fun is an important skill.
No, that is interesting because I obviously with the whole Arkham thing, I kind of got to a point even very early on, and this is a sign of weakness probably somewhere. I obviously when you play these games that I've loved for so many years, and now it's like a job. It kind of got to a point where I was like, oh, I'm starting to not... Like, it kind of just became a routine. Like, wake up, record Arkham gameplay. And I stopped enjoying them for a bit, which is why I tried to kind of branch out and did that Max Payne video. I also did a Mad Max video, which I love that game, by the way, the 2015 Mad Max game. It's so okay.
Yeah.
It's an amazingly okay game. And so I kind of, like, developed this system to make the Arkham games fun, and it worked. And now I like just play them without thinking, oh, I need to play this and look out for mentions of Robin or mentions of Nightwing in this bit. And I've played Arkham City like 3 times this year, just kind of for the love of the game. And one game this year that really got me was Doom the Dark Ages. That was like, I really enjoyed that game. I wasn't like it was so just like, it wasn't a game where I was sat there looking at it from not a review standpoint. So I feel like if I ever wrote a game review, it would genuinely just be incoherent nonsense. But like from like this is a fun time. I'm running around shooting demons, ripping them apart, firing cannonballs at them. Like obviously, like you said, the certain games are enhanced by that sort of critical lens, but for me Doom the Dark Ages wasn't. I much preferred it when I was just kind of like, haha, big muscly man fight demon. It was a much better experience that way. So I had a friend who was like, oh, it's not the same as Doom Eternal, and he just went on and on, and eventually I was just like, dude, shut the fuck up, like please just shut up. Like this is a fun game. So no, that is interesting to know that it's... Because I think content creation does change the way you look at things, but not in a I guess it's kind of a double-edged sword. It can be in a good way or a bad way. So it's nice to know that you can just kind of turn off and play Far Cry New Dawn, which, like you said, the story, the map, whatever, but blowing people up, killing them, that's
Using
fun.
explosive arrows, sign me the fuck up.
Yeah, it's a fun time. It's a fun time. I don't need to think about why this is, is this immersion break? I don't care. You're being eaten by a grizzly bear now, so shush. It's an interesting thing. I think especially with because I feel like games now are kind of, they're so heavily criticized. Like, even like the best games, they come out and they're like, well, actually, this didn't meet up to my exact expectations, so I hate this game. And
yeah, and like I think there's a place for that criticism, but I also think if you are just you're playing games as a hobby, I think it's really important to engage with positive gaming content too. I think
definitely.
There's so much negative content because ultimately that is what people want to see,
Mm.
but it just makes you hate
Everything.
Like,
Yeah.
if I was watching videos all day of like the industry is dead and the industry is really bad right now, but also I think it's important to like just enjoy what's going on right now. You know what I mean? Like, don't. There are still cool things happening. There's still so many good games coming out this year that have come out this year. So just kind of enjoy that for what it is. I also on the subject of how games have or how making videos has changed the way you look at games. I for research purposes for videos, I typically look at a lot of behind the scenes stuff and like learn about. I've tried learning a lot about game dev.
Yeah.
Just because if I think something sucks in a game, I really like offering an alternative solution because
yes, rather than just going, this sucks, and also I
big
don't know how.
peeve.
Yeah.
This is bad. So how would you make it better? That's not my job.
I don't know.
I mean, kind of it is. Like, I don't know. If you're gonna tell me this is shit, tell me how it can be better. And so it's like I want to make sure that the solutions or suggestions I offer are actually feasible. Like, I don't want to say, oh, just do this. And it's like, I don't want to say something that, oh, actually, this very simple change on paper would take like millions of hours of dev time. And so I've been looking a lot into like how does game dev actually like work and what do these changes mean, and this made me really appreciate a lot of games in general because it's like, wow, it is a fucking miracle that games sort of come together the way that they do.
Oh god, yeah.
And
So yeah, it's insane.
I just sort of find myself appreciating things in games that I never appreciated. Fuck it, we're going back to doors. You ever notice a door in like every fucking video game is so big?
Yeah.
It's because not only does the character have to fit through that door, but the camera does too.
Oh my god, so it
And
does.
so
I've never thought about
making a bigger door makes it easier for the camera to not get stuck on something.
That explains
like-
why the doors in Arkham Asylum are 12 feet tall.
Okay, the doors in Arkham Asylum is a very different case because
So design, yeah, okay.
it's because it's like the Gothic architecture and
But-
I think they genuinely wanted Arkham Asylum to feel like a fucking haunted mansion. But
And it does,
but yeah,
it wins.
like there's tons of games where like you think about I think about games like some of the GTA games where it's like the doors are like
Yeah, they're
twice
huge.
the size of a
And
character.
wide
and
as well. They're massive.
yes. And that's exactly why.
That is
Blew
interesting.
my mind. And so now it's like I never criticize a door being too big in a game because I'm like, if the door wasn't big, the camera would suck dick. And that's the other thing we take for granted. Camera issues in the early 2000s for video games were so bad. Oh my god. Every fucking video game there was some camera issue. It's because cameras are so hard to work around. And these days, we don't have as many camera issues as we once did. Like, I played through all of GTA 4, and there was never a point where I was like, oh, this damn camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's cameras. It's like you probably know this from researching. How the hell do first person cameras work?
I don't know.
Okay, that makes sense.
When
No, is
when
it?
I say I'm, like, researching, I mean, like, as I'm eating said can of beans, I'm playing Balatro with a game design video on the second monitor. Like this,
Right. Okay. No. So it's yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
It's not an active, or it's like, yeah, I'm on the shitter, like listening to someone talk about fucking game design. I'm like,
I had it in my head like that picture of John Hamm in the cinema where he's like he's like, yeah, this film's really interesting. That's how I imagined you were looking at the videos.
Yeah, no, I'm not like super into it, but I did, I've tried, kind of making my own like very small games to sort of get an idea for like the time it takes, and I think that just makes you appreciate games a lot more, especially the good games that come out.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I feel like it baffles me how games get made in the first place, and I feel like if I looked into it, it would just hurt my head. Because I'm like, what was I downloading the other day? I was downloading Jedi Survivor, I believe it was.
Great game.
Yeah, really good. And I was like, I was playing through it, and I said the other day, it was like a few months ago, that's not the point. Point is, as I was playing through it, I was like, how does, like, 100 gigabytes of code or whatever, and assets make this? And I kind of, like, related it to Lego. Like, I'm really into Lego at the moment for whatever reason. I don't know where this Lego obsession came from. But, like, when you get, like, a box of Lego, and it's just bits, and then you put it all together, and it builds, like, a Batmobile? That interests me. It baffles me. But I'm like, well, yeah, of course, because, it's the Batmobile set. But it's the same thing with games. I'm like, I don't even know. And, like, NPCs fascinate me in a really weird way. Like the NPCs in Red Dead 2 freak me out because they're so human. And they just do normal stuff, and then you run into the town and kill them all. And it's a weird thing.
I feel like I really hit on all the boring parts of of the things I'm interested in right now, which is good.
Okay, quick fire. What else are you interested in? Just list things.
Protein. Yeah. I've been me and my wife have been really into like fitness lately and trying to get in shape.
No, that's good. That's a positive thing. That isn't doors.
Yeah. Well, I fucking injured my back last week, so my back is a little sore, but aside from that, it's pretty good.
Huh.
Okay, wait. This thing's super interesting.
Okay.
I've been using this thing called lossless scaling. I saw it on Linus Tech Tips, and it's basically like a program that you can buy on Steam for like $8 Canadian.
Right.
And it adds like frame generation and DLSS to any full screen application, including games that do not natively support DLSS or frame generation.
Okay, that's cool.
And I think it's fucking awesome because it means I get to play a bunch of games that I can't normally run in super high frame rates.
That you should have led with that and not the doors.
But
yes, that is. So it just like plugs itself in and
it
scales.
Scales. Yeah.
Does its thing. Okay, cool.
It's very cheap, very easy to use, and I love it. I also want to mention the Skyrim mod pack that I've been playing has been really fun. It's called Nolvus. Nolvus.
Is that the one with all the stuff in and the I'll not say what it is in case anyone downloads it and gets the same experience.
Oh, yes, that's
yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Didn't mention that. There's a surprise in there that I'm sure you will find eventually, and yeah,
it's terrifying.
Also, I've been playing Elden Ring Night Rain, but it's been very on and off because I fucking suck at that game. Okay, like
yes.
Every Souls game I've been able to like trudge through and like figure it out, bro. I'm getting fucking stonewalled by Night Rain, and I keep returning to it like every couple of weeks. And I think the problem is I like playing as the Duchess, which is like a very bad character to play solo, but the aura farming opportunities are so high that I'm like, oh, I can't pick anyone else.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to trade the aura for the actual experience, right? Like,
yeah, but like, she just looks so fucking cool.
No, I only ever played Elden Ring. It was the only Souls game I've ever played. I owned it for 2 days, got wiped like every time I tried something, and just gave up. It was pathetic. That was my only delve into Elden Ring.
And in case anybody has come away from this podcast being like, wow, Aqua seems like a really like nice guy, I think I might think he's cool. My favorite Dark Souls game is Dark Souls 2, so we can just shoot that down now.
Is that a controversial pick for
It
for
is
best?
a very controversial opinion.
Right, okay.
Like, I'm gonna get strung up in the town square, like on the fucking gallows for that.
No, I think people will. No, you're right. If it's that controversial, you will just get killed. It's over.
Yeah, it's
You
like
had a
people
good
are like,
run.
oh, be yourself on the internet. We love authenticity. No, you don't.
Yeah,
you
no,
love
don't.
authenticity until I say Arkham Knight's my favorite Arkham game, and then
It's
suddenly
because
we
it's the
wanna-
best one. It's the best Arkham game.
True and legendary, King.
It's. I have died on this hill several times in my very short YouTube career, and I have been called. I have been called some words that I cannot repeat on this podcast for monetary reasons one day, because I'm playing the long game and all. I will die on the hill. Arkham Knight is the best Batman game ever.
Yes, I agree.
Because it just is. It's the Batman game, isn't it? Like, it's the Batman game.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Do you want a critical analysis reason? Fuck you. That's why.
It's the Batman game.
Yeah.
You get the Batmobile, you get the graphics, you get all the suits. What more do you want? Oh, what you want?
I
you
get
want
big
the story.
angry man punching people. I'm sorry. Did you want anything else from your Batman game? Grow the fuck up, dude.
I wanted an in-depth dialogue on modern day. Shut the fuck up.
I wanted a good story.
Wrong. Oh, I could smell you from here. Get out of here.
I am just for posterity. I'm kidding.
I'm not. No, I am.
Yeah, I
No.
get fucking rage baited, dude.
No, Arkham Knight is the best Batman game. I don't care what anyone says. And on that note, I think we'll end it there. I feel like it's a fitting place to end it. So,
Perfect.
thank you, Aqua, for coming on. This has been
you for having me.
this has been an enlightening conversation.
I
and
am so grateful to have been invited on. Genuinely.
Are you actually? Was there
Yes.
was there a hint of sarcasm in there?
No, God no.
Oh, well,
I
no.
thought I think it's so cool when people invite me to be a part of things. I love being helpful and I love being included, and so this genuinely is awesome, and I thank you.
No, say thank you for coming on. It's it genuinely as cliche as it sounds, it is an honor to have you on, because say you are one of the main catalysts for me sitting here right now. So yeah, I think this is a very cool full circle moment.
And I am very honored that I could do that for you.
Well, you did, and you still do to this day. I'm still an avid viewer, so I could still well, I can still fanboy because I'm allowed to do that. Well, thank you for coming on, and thank you for listening to the second episode of The Cardi Cut. And I hope you enjoyed. See you next time, and goodbye.